Hello, everyone who's watching.
What
Tune
is up,
in.
everybody? Welcome back to the Past Podcast, and this is episode 10.
Good.
10. And today we're going to be talking about a little more about high school, um, going off on our first episode that we had about friendships and the evolution of high school. We're going to just look back from how we feel now about high school.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of like a full circle moment, as I was telling Joseph, because our first ever episode was the evolution of high school. And now that we're reaching our 10th episode, and have a small following, but still have people tuning in, which we're thankful for.
Yeah, thank you.
We just kind of want to like go back and talk about some points that we maybe missed and maybe have a like discussion with you guys.
And
Well, like not a
how,
discussion like arguing, but like an
no,
active
yeah,
conversation
just interact with
where
you
like we get
guys.
your points of views and
Yeah,
yeah.
like an active conversation. Well, the first thing that came to my mind, like looking back about high school, damn, we're starting off strong. This is like a punch like
How
right
about we plug
away.
our social media first?
Okay, yeah,
How
you
about
could
we
go.
plug our
You could go before we start strong, because I have like a really
you
like
guys can, if you haven't seen one of our episodes before, you can follow us on our Instagram channel, Pat's Podcast, and tune in there to make sure you're getting all the content and all the information when we release stuff and update it on all of our stuff. We also have a Twitter podcast at Podcast Pats, TikTok at Pat's Podcast. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is not this one because we had to switch because of technical difficulties, but you can
yeah.
subscribe to Joseph's YouTube channel. This is where we're at right
If you
now.
want to,
And
I had
then
to
go,
private all my videos for
yeah,
this though.
and then go subscribe on ours. It's at Pat's Podcast on YouTube. I'm sure you can find some episodes there that you guys might like as well. I see Alexis joining us. She
Hey,
said y'all are good.
Alexis.
This
Yeah,
is
no, I was gonna just say
fine.
that. Yeah,
Yay.
thank you. But
Um,
hopefully we're not too loud or not too low. Please let us know, and the music hopefully isn't too loud or too low. If you guys want to hear the music, But yeah, high
yeah.
school again. Uh, you were telling me the other day that you saw a TikTok about like high school in the 1980s, and I saw that TikTok also, and it was funny because like everyone looks so much older and so much mature than like how we look back like in high school. Because God knows that I didn't look like I was even like 12 maybe when I hit high school. I had a baldy. I was like 5 feet tall for like 2 years in high school. So like, and they look
Is
really
that natural
old. Like,
selection?
yeah, they look like older, like older than 20. Definitely, like full
No, yeah.
beards, like
But I mean,
tall,
there were definitely some like
mature.
people in high school
Oh
that looked
yeah,
like they were
yeah,
older,
true.
but I feel like the majority, and every time you look back, they always look younger. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is, but they always maybe, and this is what I said, maybe we're getting older, so we see them like younger, but
yeah,
when we were younger, we saw them like as older.
that's very true. Because now everyone looks so young, so much younger. But back then we probably looked like that. So I don't
But
know.
yeah, I mean, we were saying that like basically like high school just looks like, and I said facade, right? That like
That's what I was
weird
gonna
word,
get
but it's
into, bro. I
yeah,
mean,
it's,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
good.
No, no, go. I didn't want to be. No, I don't want to be like that.
Because okay, because like we literally like see high school painted as a certain way in movies and whatever, and then we get there and it's a cool experience, but at the same time I feel like it's so fake.
Yeah, like it's like
Everything
super
is
exaggerated and stuff like that. Because I feel like high school is like a combination of like everyone there is like stressed out, immature, not confident,
and
like
nobody
stuff like
knows who they
that. Yeah,
are.
nobody knows who they are. It's like all fake. Even like the concept of high school and everybody in high school is like fake, unless you've really like spent time to really
Mature.
find yourself out. Yeah, mature. Like there was
And,
people
and
like
I
that.
think
There was people like that,
yeah.
but I feel like a lot of it is just like fake. Like people in there, like how they're acting, like their friends. Everything about it is like I don't know.
Because everyone tries to fit in.
Yeah,
It's not like
it's like a
and
competition just
it's
to fit
the
in.
everyone in high school is watching you because you don't know like certain people, but they follow you on social media and they're watching whatever you do and you're watching whatever they do.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like everyone's always trying to impress each other, even though we don't even know who we are, you know?
yeah, I know.
So it's like it gets to a point where it's kind of like, who are we doing certain things for? And are we actually like being with the people that we want to be with,
True.
being friends and connecting with them.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And what you were saying, like with doing things that, like, who are you doing things for? Like a lot of the time, people think that they're doing stuff for themselves, but they're really doing it just for like the opinion of other people or how it looks to other people. You know, like just to make themselves look a certain way and stuff like that. And I hate that. Like that evolution of how you are there in high school turned into that. You know?
yeah, but at that moment, you really think you're doing it for yourself
Yeah.
because you're like, this is gonna make me popular in high school. This is gonna make me fit in. It's gonna make me. But like that's like one-sided point of view where it's like right now it's gonna make me look this way.
Yeah.
But but what about like 2 years from now, right? Like how did I look to people watching me? You know, we never
Yeah.
think like that in high school. We just think about like in the moment.
Yeah.
And it's so like I think we mentioned this before about like instant gratification too, where like everyone wants to instantly be like captured, instantly be popular, instantly be this and that, whatever.
Yeah.
And everyone lives their life online, which is cool to an extent, you know,
Yeah.
because it's cool to have an online presence and whatever. But when it starts to control your life and starts to control you, like, you know, and I think
What's the
that's the
point?
difference between school now and school in the past.
Yeah. Like back then they were much more present in what they did, you know, because they didn't have all these distractions and all these the views of other people online and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, now it's you go outside of the classroom, the bell rings, and the hallway, and everyone's like this,
Yeah, I mean
right,
that's
on their
just
phone,
life
just like
now
looking
though.
down.
It's just crazy. That is life now though.
Yeah, I mean, it is life now.
It is interesting because back then in high school you do have people's eyes on you because everybody's trying to figure out who they are and figure out like, well, they try to look at other people to see like what's cool and what to do, like, you know, stuff like that. But once you get out of high school, like people in high school that you knew, like they don't care like they don't care. Like why do you care about what they still think sometimes, I feel like, you know?
It's just in that moment, you know, like we're so stuck on in that moment. How do I look in that moment? How do I feel? And we don't think about like, oh, this person that I want to impress so badly that I would do anything for in 2 years, because we're almost 2 years out of high school,
Mm,
is not going to care about me. You know, is not going to care what I'm doing, where I'm at.
yeah.
So why am I putting my own reputation and my own self at risk for
But people
them?
don't think like that though. I feel
Exactly. That's
like
the point.
very few people think like that. I feel like people that think the opposite way, they really want to convince themselves that what they're doing is for themselves. Like their brain just it's like, no, no, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. And then in the future you realize like that was dumb. Like why did I even do that? Or why did I even say that? Or you know, I feel like that's happened to me a lot after high school.
And it leads to a lot of bad, how do you say it, characteristics, I guess, of like ourselves, because we become selfish, we become kind of like we only want to focus on ourselves. And when somebody becomes selfish, their attitude changes, because it's not like you want to talk to other people or expand and be nice to other people. You just want to be nice to your friend group, and you only want to talk to your friend group.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. That's what makes high school such a facade, because it's like a dream in that moment that's not real.
Mm.
High school isn't real. Like
Explain that. Yeah, explain that.
like
Go a little deeper with that because I don't know what you're getting at.
okay,
It's not like I
we're
got the facade thing because we just talked about that. But then what do you mean it's not real at all? Like
it's not real because
what I said before
okay,
about like everything is literally just like not like everything's fake. Or
yeah,
like are you
okay,
going way
yeah.
deeper like than that?
I mean, think about it, like, and I guess this goes with real world experience and real world like jobs.
Yeah.
But high school is like we're like babies in high school. Like,
Oh
did you
yeah,
do your
for sure.
homework? No, I didn't do my homework. Can I hand it in tomorrow? Sure, hand it in tomorrow. Did you read the
I feel
assignment?
like that's
No, I didn't.
college. Oh wait, no. No, sorry. With deadlines, not like that. But yeah, high school, yeah, for sure. Sorry. I got it
Yeah,
mixed up.
and like it's like, okay, the bell rang. Go eat your lunch. Be right back.
Oh yeah. But then that's like them just like school is just literally preparing you just for the like the workplace, like to work for somebody else, you know? Like the bell rings, you have to be here, you know? Or like the bell rings, you could leave now. Like, but when you're here, you gotta work. Right when you step in this building, right when that bell rings in the morning, you gotta work from like then until the bell rings at the end of the day. Then you're good. Like they're just prepping you just to be like in the workplace, just to like be employed, work for somebody else, you know. And like that's crazy.
Yeah,
We
but
would go to school for
it's
like
like
12
in
years
a
for that.
babyish way. Like I feel like it's in a babyish way where it's like we have responsibility, but not real responsibility. If that makes sense. Like it's just high
Like high
school.
school
Like
work.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't even
Like you still, I guarantee you that you can fail like for the first 2 3 years and you can still get into college.
community college. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
Or like you fail, even you could fail your senior year. Like I didn't do anything my senior year. I don't even remember half of my senior year except like the activities that we did and the trips that we took and stuff. But then that's it. I don't remember doing any going to class. I don't remember at all. People worried about Desiree
Yeah,
said people
that's
are
a
worried about what other people think about them, just like you are. So they couldn't care less about you. That's true. Everybody's worried about themselves. So like,
oh
why do
my
you think
God,
that they're
yeah.
worried about you? You know?
No,
Yeah, and if anybody else,
it's a selfish society.
yeah, it's very selfish because they're just thinking like, what does that person think about me? You know?
Yeah, I mean, like what you were saying about like school preparing you for jobs. That's so true because they don't teach us certain things that could benefit us. They don't teach us how to do taxes. They don't teach us how to.
Yep.
I think the most I ever learned was how to write a check, and barely. Like I had my mom like reteach me everything.
I never learned how to do any of
Cause
that stuff, honestly.
exactly, and
And I'm in personal finance right now, and I'm not even learning how to do that stuff. Like, I feel like, I mean, like he told us in the beginning, like it was promising. It was just like, you know, we're gonna learn how to do this, how to do taxes, how to do that, how to do that. But it's like a one class thing. We go through a chapter, and it might say some stuff about it, but it just gives us like definitions of what it is. You know, we don't know how to do it or
no
like the
application.
process. Yeah, there's no application, no real life like stuff like that. It's just like this is what it is, and then here's another version of that, or it could be that, or it could be this, but we don't know how to do it. You know what I mean?
And that's the difference between being book smart and being street smart, where like you know how to manage yourself and your life,
Oh
but
yeah, they're
that
just teaching us
necessarily just
like
knowing
the
stuff doesn't
surface.
help.
Like they're just teaching us the
Exactly.
definitions. I haven't learned anything in that class. But yeah, they don't teach us personal finance. They don't teach us a lot of stuff.
And it's not even like teach us to be rich. No. It's kind of like teach us to be able to live a functioning life.
Yeah, like
Like where we don't have to be like worrying about like our finances and we can, you know, live. You don't have to be rich to be happy, but money doesn't buy happiness, true, but money does kind of give you certain amount of peace where it's like you don't have to be like worried about paying bills and worried about doing this and that. And you don't need a lot of money because you know if you know how to manage it, you'll be fine.
yeah.
You don't need a lot of things.
I mean, a lot of people just live paycheck to paycheck. You know, and
Yeah,
like
because
which
they're
is
so
sad.
consumed
Yeah,
in
but then
this world.
yeah, see, and the thing I was thinking about is like when you're working paycheck to paycheck, and you don't like, and you're not taught other ways to like make money. Like the only thing that they think about is like to make more money and to have a better life is to get another job, and that just like sucks because they're taken away from like their family and stuff like that to just work for like a little bit more money just to scrape by, like to just scrape by, which is like crazy. But that all starts in high school. Like it all starts in high
Yeah.
school and then education.
And that's kind of where we have to evolve, where it's like we're in high school, we have like no knowledge, and then we get thrown into the real world,
Oh yeah, tell me about
and
it
it's
right
like,
now.
and but that's where we evolve. That's where we have to change, and instead of like just letting ourselves be pushed down, we take whatever strength and what we did learn in high school. We learned stuff in high school. We just didn't learn how to apply it. Certain things.
Like what? I'd be like, I don't know. I don't care about X. I don't care about Y. I don't know how to solve for it. I don't remember. Like algebra and stuff. Like, come on. Or like all these graphs and stuff. I mean,
I
like,
mean, we have to do it, and we
yeah.
and we did do it just to get by. But certain things, I don't know, come into play with certain other things. I mean, I know like all that like graphing stuff. It's kind of good for photography and videography if you think about it.
Like grids,
Find like certain angles.
I guess.
Yeah, the
That's an
grids.
interesting way to put it. Angles.
Um, for music, you kind of do need to know a little bit about math.
Yeah, but when you think about
Multiplication,
it
I mean,
now,
basic stuff.
when you think about it now in schools, like I know a lot of these people probably watching. Some people, like it's all online, and I'm not learning anything. I don't know about anybody else, but I haven't learned. The only thing I've learned in these 2 years of doing this stuff online is how to cheat better. And I know, like, nobody would probably be willing to say that, like, on like a bigger platform, like out loud, like on TV or something. But like, that's the reality of it. I've only learned how to cheat better for school.
As I said, I feel like
yeah.
even if personal finance was a course, no one would take it seriously because it's still good to be exposed to that topic in high school.
But it's still good to be.
But it's still good to be.
Yeah.
That's true.
I agree. Yeah.
We have no like value or importance of money.
Yeah, we're not even thinking about this stuff. But like that's so far away. I'm not even 17 yet. And it's like boom, taxes. It's like boom, save up money. Yeah, but I think that's definitely true. I didn't even think about that.
Because we're all like reliant on our parents' money.
Yeah, like at the time I would not take it seriously. Because it's still like school, I'm not in the situation where I'm worrying about it actively to like where I have to learn about it and stuff. So like,
I mean, I think if there's a lot of people who worked in high school. For example, I worked almost every year in my high school.
Yeah. I did not.
So I feel like it's for like people who like were working and were making money. It was like, okay, what can I do with my money?
Yeah. Then you just spend it, no?
Yeah.
But like that's what a lot of people do. It's just like they make money just to spend it,
Hey, let's go out to the movies, my friends.
Yeah. Like I got money, like let's go. I work. That's what I would be doing if I had money back then. I wouldn't be thinking about saving it. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I mean, but that's why people stay poor. Also.
Yes. I mean,
like lack of financial literacy and like you should save your money. But like a lot of people would just buy very expensive things and they just, also.
Right. I mean, the world we live in now has become more materialistic than ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's all because everything's online, so everyone wants to show off. I got this and I have this.
Yeah, bro. People would fork over like $1,400 for a new iPhone before they put $1,400 in stocks. I guarantee you that. For sure.
Because they can flex it.
Yeah. Like, look at my new iPhone. It got 15 cameras on it. But like, I don't have no other money. That's it. That's all I got.
And it's not saying that if you have money and you have these things, it's a bad thing. It's like, but when you're like constantly like posting about it and like flexing on it, like what benefit is that to you and what benefit is it to others? Like what really are you contributing to society besides showing off?
Yeah. Then that goes back to just impressing people that you know. Like that, and like that just stems from like, I don't know. I don't.
The high school cycle, how high school literally affects
high school literally
the rest of our life.
Yeah, low key, bro. American Hero said one of the best investments will always be self-education, and that is completely facts. The most powerful assets we have is like time and knowledge. And like you have to educate yourself, to get anywhere, because nobody else is gonna give you that information for, like, just if you ask them. 95% of people, I mean. Some people just
because nobody wants to help 15 But yeah, I mean, always and nobody, the rich stay rich because they only help each other, right? So, and again, we're looking for a peaceful life, right?
That all worry-free life. Yeah, that all goes back to selfishness. Yeah, which is crazy.
Which is literally fermented. Yes, fermented.
Bro, we went from last episode talking about how sports can apply to life and stuff, like at a young age, and then it can impact you for like the rest of your life. And now we're talking about how high school can impact like the rest of your life and what happens there and how you act there.
Because those years
people just don't grow. School, I feel like, or like realize these things sometimes.
Yeah, that's the thing, that when we're in high school, like we're literally being molded by that system. the
Yeah.
system that we're in,
Yeah.
and it's not until like we get like our eyes open and see something else that we're like, okay, let me not be part of this world that everyone's in,
Yeah.
and we find ways to do that. I mean, what helped me a lot was my spirituality and realizing what kind of person I wanted to be.
You
Right.
really gotta just like sit down with yourself, and think about things.
Exactly.
People are just like 100 miles an hour a minute, like just like, I'm trying to live, I'm trying to look cool, I'm trying to do this, and they just don't really like sit down and like come back to earth. They're always like, this podcast is so funny, guys, because I'd be like, oh, I realized this, and then John would explain like everything. It'd be like, I realized that people do this and that, and then John would be like, yeah, and then he would go through everything, and I'd be like, yeah, exactly. That's literally the whole
And
podcast.
then you bring up the next thing.
Yeah, and I'd be like, oh, and I realized that this happens, and then you're like, yeah, and then because, and then this is how every episode goes. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Oh my god. Let's get some comments.
I know, right? Desiree said, yeah, social media molded this materialistic generation. Yeah, because they see like,
100%.
what is that person has something, I want that, like how can they have it?
I want it, I don't need it, I want it. That was a keyword.
Ooh. And it's like, I see.
Ooh.
Ooh, like that person has it, I want it. Like, why why can they have it and I can't, type stuff, people are just like selfish and envious,
and it grows resentment in people too, like, oh, like those people
like envious,
can afford certain
right?
stuff and my family can't, like, okay,
is that the right word? Envious,
yes, envious and
okay,
jealousy
cool.
and all of that. But hey, I mean, those are the times we live in.
But do we just
What?
freeze and say but? I didn't hear. But yeah, envy, selfishness, jealousy, the root of evil, the evil triangle.
That's literally those are the days that we live in, and like you said, we just have to meditate on what kind of people we want to be. I focus a lot on what and I mention this all the time, that the only thing that helps me stay on track and stay being the person that I want to be is making sure that my relationship with God is good, and my spirituality. And everyone has something different, and everyone has different beliefs, but just finding something that'll keep you grounded.
What keeps me grounded? Because I'm not as religious as you are. I was,
but you have the same morals, and like when we have those conversations, it's kind of like it's there for you.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, like, meditation doesn't really have to be like sit down, and you didn't even know what meditation was. You thought it was like which it kind of is. Like, you don't have to make that noise, but like, and it doesn't always have to be like sit down in silence for 15 minutes. It can literally be like a 5-second thing where something happens and you can think about it for 5 seconds, like what just happened. Like, process what just happened, and you could be standing up, you could be out and about, you could be in a Starbucks. Like meditation doesn't have to be like something that you
meditation
plan.
Is just a simple, right? It's just a simple fact that you are learning how to apply something in your life.
It's just like the term for processing like information, or like I feel like people don't process stuff.
Have you processed it?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because that's basically what meditation is like the internal process. Like, it's your is that like a computer term? It's like what?
Internal processing. CPU, central processing unit.
That's like your CPU.
And it's meditation is when we take our consciousness, right, what helps us decide what we do with our actions, and we apply it to that, like, and we start training that. And like you said, it could be 5 seconds on a line getting coffee at Starbucks because you see something that you don't like, or you think
about something that happened before or something, and you just process it and be like, okay, that's what happened, and like you just understand it. I feel like and that goes back to like living presently, like how people back then, like, they would live in the present, in high school and stuff. But now it's kind of just like we're living like for the future. Like, we think too much about the future, and then we're also like have the past like really stuck in our head
Torture
too.
us.
Like the past like controls us, but we're like living. I don't know how to word that. I don't know how to word that. Yeah,
Meditation is
reflection.
reflection. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
Desiree
just
said
reflecting
meditation is
on your
reflection.
actions.
Yeah, I don't know what I was getting at.
I think what you were trying
Yeah,
to
get
say.
go, John. Read my mind again.
Um. Oh my God. Wait. Say the last thing that you said.
I said that. Sorry, my dog. We live
Throwing
like I
up.
feel like people now they just live like for the future. Like they're not as present
Okay.
as
Okay. Yeah.
people like as
It's.
much as
I
you're
don't think.
supposed to be.
I don't think it's that they're living for the future. I think it's that they're just living for not for themselves.
Hmm.
If that makes sense. Because if we live for the future, then it kind of contradicts what we were talking about before. That nobody thinks like, oh, in 2 years they're not going to care about me.
Mm-hmm,
We're
mm-hmm,
just living.
mm-hmm.
We're living based off what we want, what other people think about us, right? What we want them to think about us, not in the future, not in the present, because we don't enjoy
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
moment
That's
that we're
mainly
living
what
in.
I was getting at was
It's like
how
somewhere in between, I
yeah,
guess.
like people
It's
don't
not a it's not a time thing. It's like a
personal thing.
personal
Yeah, I
thing.
guess that's right because I was thinking of people just don't process stuff. You kind of just do it and then like you don't think about its effects or like the morals behind it or anything like that. It kind of just like happens. Does that make
Right.
sense? If we're
Yeah, they
not
don't
talking
think
about a
about
time thing, it's because it's
right,
not
right,
really
right. They're
about a
not
time thing.
they're thinking about how it'll make them look, not like what are they actually doing. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. People don't act with morality; they act with like, uh,
100%. They do not act with morality.
they act
It's a
with
selfish world we live in now. They
selfish.
act with
Yeah, I don't want to generalize everybody. I
desires.
mean, some people don't, right?
No,
A lot of people don't, but I'm just saying, for the most part,
but
it's very
and it,
selfish.
and it's something that rubs off very quickly. Hang out with a rotten apple and then you rot yourself,
Oh
right?
yeah.
That expression, we all know it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's why
One
high
rotten
school is
apple
like
can
a,
ruin the whole bunch.
yeah, and that high school is such we're in such an impressionable time of our life in high school because we're
Mhm.
literally like developing into like a human, like an actual adult.
Mhm.
Um and like whatever we hang out around is what's going to mold us as an adult we're going to be, and it's going to be very difficult to change. Not impossible because we can change, but it's like we're training to be that
Yeah.
type of person.
See, that's why high school's so scary. Because like you're like clay and people are trying to like act like these people that they see online now. And that it all takes that one person to be acting like somebody that they shouldn't be acting like, some celebrity or whoever, or some athlete or whatever. And then everybody else in the group, they start acting like that and they're not themselves at all. You know? And then it just like it ruins the whole bunch as we were saying. But like it's just it all just takes one person in high school like to affect everybody, you know. That's why trends are really big with like people that age, uh, because
And
everybody's doing it and it's like I gotta do that, I gotta do
the
that,
ALS challenge, remember
everybody else
that?
is doing that. Yeah, the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah,
It's
the
crazy
ice
how they
bucket
turn like
challenge.
a good purpose into like a let's just dump cold water on our backs, you know.
Let's just dump cold water
Let
on
it,
our
like
back.
that's
That's
cool,
funny.
like that's funny. They're cold, I'm gonna do that too.
I don't know, I
See,
mean,
that's kind of like another selfish thing. It's like let's pour the ice on our skin to represent what people with ALS feel. Right? That's what it was. Like their skin feels like it's covered in
to be
ice.
honest, I
Like
don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was like we're dumping buckets of ice to represent what people with ALS always feel. Like they always feel like their skin is like burning or like really cold or burning. I don't remember. Or it was like really extreme, something like that. And then people just turned it into like, oh, I want to do it because it looks fun. Then everybody just like, then they didn't even care about the ice bucket challenge and what it was for, the purpose of it. It was just like, I want to do it because it looks fun and I want to do it for me. And like, you know, like, and people just post it and not say anything about ALS. It would just be like, I did the ice bucket challenge. Like you don't really see the purpose. They're just doing it for like themselves.
They don't know anything about it. Like me, I didn't do the challenge, but I have no idea what it was for. Like I know it was for ALS, but what did it have to do with ALS? You know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was what it was.
Majority of people, they just follow trends. People are like followers now.
Everyone's a follower.
Not everyone.
No, yeah. Everyone
Some
with
people.
An asterisk.
Everyone? Question mark. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms: Spotify, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Twitter, TikTok, Pat's Podcast. If you guys want to support and donate, you can do it at anchor.fm/pats-podcast/support. The link will be in all our bios and in our YouTube description. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching. Episode 10 done.